guys, and welcome to another WIP Wednesday. If you're new to my channel, I'm Adrian, and Kiwi is my Indian ringneck. So I am actually filming this week's WIP Wednesday a little bit early. I'm doing a bunch of batch recording, but I figured I'd go ahead and get, WIP Wednesday out of the way, because by the time you guys see this, I'm still probably going to be working on just this one project. I think this is the second week in a row that you guys have seen this project. It's still not finished, but you guys can see how far along I am with it. So actually, I have the two. It's a hoodie, is what it is. And I've got the two panels finished and together. I also got the kangaroo pocket finished and on there. As you can see, I decided to use a different yarn to attach the kangaroo pocket, and I decided to use surface crochet to do it. The only thing that upset me a little bit about the kangaroo pocket is you can see that I didn't get it quite I started up here, and without realizing it, I slowly went down to the next row, so it's a little bit uneven at the top. And then I still have the ribbing to do, and so when I go to do the ribbing, that's when the bottom of the pocket will be sealed up. But I liked the way this solid gray yarn, it's just Red Heart Super Saver that I used. I just liked the way that it kind of accented, I guess, the the fuzzy yarn. And I'm going to do the ribbing in the Red Heart Super Saver as well. Let's see. For those of you that don't know already, this yarn here is actually a Caron latte cake. And I am on my third cake. Here's what the label looks like, for those of you guys that don't know. It's a bulky weight 5, but that's because it has the halo. And this colorway is called Earl Grey. It's 58% acrylic and 42% nylon. That's what it looks like. I think I bought 4 cakes of this yarn with this hoodie in mind, because the other hoodie that I made before I went to Missouri, my sister-in-law wants for Christmas, and I already promised it to her. But I seen this, and I thought that I seen this yarn at Michael's during their Black Friday sale. I thought that would be a cool yarn to try to make a hoodie in, so that's where I'm at with that. Now, right now, I am playing around with the hood. You can see here I've got the hood started, and I've got the height that I need. Right now, I am kind of playing around a little bit with trying to get more of a curvature rather than having the point, because on the last one that I made, it had a little bit of a point just because I didn't decrease. I just sewed it. Actually, I slip stitched in on the inside, and it leaves a point when you do that. So right now I'm kind of playing around with trying to get a little bit more of a curve, and how I can do that with decreases. Here at the center, you know, how many decreases is going to be too many versus how many, you know, I don't want it to decrease too quickly because that will just cause a point anyways. I'm trying to get that smooth kind of curvature kind of a thing, you know, and this, I'm making this one for me. Now, whether or not it ends up staying mine is always relative to who happens to see it. Because the last one was supposed to be for me too. But this, the hood on this one, I'm making to be a little bit taller. Y'all, some of y'all who've been watching my channel for a while probably know that I have a tendency to wind my hair into a bun at the top of my head that's probably about yay tall. And a lot of times with hoodies, they just won't go over that bun. And so, you know, this hood is a little bit taller. I've changed a couple of things with this version of the hoodie compared to the last version of it that I made. I'm sorry, I got some bug bites or something. I don't know what's going on. I'm really itchy. Which is super weird. Anyways, now I've lost my train of thought. You see how distracting like itchy skin can be? What was I talking about? Anyways, yeah, so I'm shooting for this hoodie to be mine. And as I'm making this one, I'm making a few tweaks here and there. There's quite a few things that I've changed already compared to the first version of it. But yeah, once I get this, and I have already been asked this a few times about this hoodie. I've already been asked quite a number of times, actually, if I will be doing a video tutorial on how I made this hoodie. As soon as I get all of the kinks worked out and I get it where I want it to be, then I will go back and do another one. Probably after I finish this one, because I think this is going to be the last kind of prototype-ish one that I guess you would call it. The next one is probably going to be the one that I film. That one will probably be for Casey. She needs a new hoodie anyways, so that way, you know, everything is perfected for little Miss Spoiled Rotten. You know, it'll be good, I think. You know, it's still pretty warm here in Texas. We're still hitting, you know, 60, 70 degree weather, so a hoodie this heavy is not quite necessary. It probably won't be necessary until mid to late, well, we're already mid-December, so possibly late December, early January, it probably won't get cold enough to wear a hoodie this heavy, which this one is lighter than the one that I made out of Wool Ease. The one that I made out of Wool Ease, when I wore it in Missouri, I didn't need anything. I didn't have to layer that. It was thick enough and heavy enough that I could wear it, you know, in 40 degree weather out there in Missouri and still be comfortable. Now, as far as it being windy out there, I probably could have thrown a jacket on the windier days, and, you know, just the jacket and the hoodie would have been fine. But considering that it was that you know, these are crochet pieces, you know, this particular stitch is a dense stitch anyways, so I don't know. I think it's really good for the hoodie. This particular stitch is anyways. But yeah, so that is really all I have for WIP Wednesday this week. I don't have any finished pieces to show you guys. And like I said, I'm really just kind of playing around right now with the hood, trying to figure out how I can get that curvature of the hood, and then I will have to start on the sleeves. I'm hoping that, I'm pretty sure that 1 1/4 cake will be enough to complete the sleeves. These cakes are 530 yards, and I figured I used probably about 2,000 yards of a weight 4 for the first one that I made. So the Woolies one. So I figured about that much for this one. I'm using the same size hook as well, so I will say though that this one is a little bit bigger. I made this one slightly larger than the last one, just because I wanted a looser fit than what the first one was. The first one did not have a whole lot of positive ease to it. I think I only did like, I don't know. I don't even remember what the positive ease was. I know it fits me very well. It just so happens that my sister-in-law is the same size. But I prefer my clothing to be a little bit looser. And that was one thing that I had to change with this one. When I did the V-neck on the first one, it was more up here, and I prefer it like down here. I don't like it, like, I don't know, it makes me feel like I'm being choked. So the V-neck on this one is quite deep and quite wide. You can see I started the hood right here. And the V is much deeper, and it starts much lower than the one in the first one. I think it's, oh, I don't know if I can, yeah, see, it's actually a little bit lower than that on me when I put it on, because I have, it's starting to look like a hoodie now that I've got it sewn together and whatnot. I am not color controlling this. I don't care for color consistency. I like when the colors coordinate but are a little bit chaotic. And I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, but I think it's fun. I think it makes each piece look unique. So, you know, with self-striping yarns, that's what I do. I just, most of the time anyways, I don't bother with color controlling. So, we've got thin stripes, we've got thicker stripes, you name it. Most of the stripes on the hood look like they are about the same, you know, width. Down here we have like a kind of a greenish gray color, and it's only like maybe two rows wide. So I don't know. I like that kind of thing. But yeah. So that's about it for WIP Wednesday. If you guys have suggestions on how I can kind of get this to curve gently, gently, you know, that's always appreciated. And I'm not real concerned with how tall the hood is because, you know, the way I wear my hair most of the time, it needs to be a little bit taller anyways. But if you've got suggestions on how to maybe make this more of a, I don't think I'm going to be able to get like an actual curve. It's going to kind of go in and then it's going to slant. And I'm thinking that's how it's going to look, probably. But I'm going to work it up, see what it looks like, and if I don't like it, I'll frog it and try again. That's just, I guess that's just part of the designing process. But anyways, guys, I guess I will let you go for now. Thank you so much for popping in and hanging out with me for a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to work on this thing and probably go watch some Ancient Aliens because I'm obsessed with that show. um, so yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!